And here's just another example, a quick randomly generated one. So we've looked at the stars that are far away, and now what we want to do is look at stars close up. And so we want to create our first procedural planet, and it's not really a planet, it's going to be the sun. So the very basic, simplest procedural sun is just a yellow circle, which obviously isn't very exciting, so we're going to need to do stuff to that. So in order to create our procedural texture and our procedural sun, we should probably look at reference material to see what we kind of want to mimic. So we'll look to JHT sun texture. Again, this is the 1K by 500, and we'll kind of just analyze this a bit and see how we're going to be able to recreate this using just code. So in this one, it looks pretty simple. I mean, we've just got kind of a white and darker yellow kind of mishmash here, and then we've got some dark sunspots on it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with Perlin noise. It's bitmapdata.perlinnoise. It's a really, really powerful function. Using it just like this is almost as bad as using Photoshop's lens flare. It's very recognizable as Perlin noise, but it's really the basis of many procedural techniques, and you can modify it to kind of lose that easily recognizable Perlin quality that it has to it. But it's super powerful and really good for procedural texture techniques. So taking this, we can just use a couple simple filters and colorizing, and we can already achieve the majority of JHT's texture. We've got the kind of the white and the darker yellow, and it looks almost the same except it's missing the sunspots. Now when we apply this to our sun and we bring it up, we can see that we kind of have the texture applied, and we've got our sphere and it's rotating, and that's great. The only thing that's missing are the sunspots, but to be honest with you, for me the texture is just kind of lacking. Yes, we've kind of almost accurately recreated the texture using just code, but this just doesn't look like a sun to me. It doesn't kind of give off that hot vibe that this is a sun, it's floating out in space, and it doesn't give that visual quality we want to do. So we're going to actually look at a different reference material and kind of start over. And for this one, we're going to look at a sun painting by a guy named Greg Martin. And you can look at his work at artofgregmartin.com. He essentially just paints these space vistas, and it really provides a way better texture to kind of try and replicate. You've got much bigger contrast on the textures. You've got these like white hot solar sunspots, and you have these little flares and all that kind of stuff, and it just looks way better, I think.